What is up, my sons? My name is Richie. Welcome to Chilled Trader. I'm making this channel for people who want to know what it's like to trade as a complete beginner, or maybe you've been trading for a little while and you're starting to lose that motivation that originally got you into it. I know it's happened to me before, especially when you just keep on losing, as you can see here. I'm going to explain my history in a second, but I was losing, and I was just losing my motivation. I was going to quit, but I didn't. I just continued to learn. I really wanted to push past that phase of despair after a string of losses. Anyways, this is really to show people that, anyone could learn how to do this. I hope to be profitable very soon. As you can see, I'm only down 3% now compared to almost 9% a week ago. And so let's take it back a little bit. So I started trading around here. I don't know what I was holding, probably some blue chip stocks, and then Corona happened. We had the Corona crash, and this is when my friend put me on to Stock Dweebs. Great Twitter account and YouTube. I've learned a lot from him. He's very knowledgeable and he knows what he's doing, and he comes out with picks every week, every Sunday. So I was following those and I started making money. And then around here I decided to start finding my own picks, and I was doing it with the bare minimum amount of knowledge. I didn't really know that much, and I lost almost 9% of my account. And then when that happened, I decided to get serious about my education on trading and really started to get serious, and I came back pretty strong. So hopefully I keep this up. But to give you guys a little more perspective about where I stand, after all those gains I made from Stock Dweebs, I was right here at the peak of Mount Stupid, and I spent a long time there. Now I've made my descent. I've crossed the valley of despair, and I'm making my ascent now up the slope of enlightenment. Still at the bottom. I'll spend a long time here also, probably. But I hope together we could help each other learn and grow. So a little bit about how I trade. As you can see, I trade on Robinhood. I like to swing trade stocks. I like to hold about maximum 5 stocks at a time. And I do 3 option trades a week because of the pattern day trading rule that they have. Obviously I don't have $25,000 in my account, I wish. But yeah, 3 option trades a week that I day trade, because I can't really day trade stocks. The gains are just not going to be enough. But with options, there's so much leverage that, with a $20 contract, you can make a substantial profit. And yeah, I would like to get into other safer, less riskier option strategies like credit spreads and stuff like that, but I just don't have the capital for it right now. So yeah, I have to stick with the riskier, just buying calls and puts, but we'll get there. I use TD's Thinkorswim for my technical analysis. Here's an example of a recent trade I did. I bought it right around the bottom, or near the bottom at 23.32, I believe it was. Or was it 23.36 of this little dip, and then I held it until here, until yesterday, and I sold it when I saw it going below this exponential moving average. And as you can see, I could have took a bigger gain if I just held longer for about a couple hours or so. It would have been about like a 12% gain instead of like an 8.5% gain. But I'm still learning how to hold, how to ride my winners and stuff like that. So yeah, it's whatever. I still made that profit. It was good, and I really want to help you guys, just point you guys in the right direction. And there's a lot of videos out there that are just not that great, but there's also a lot of great YouTube videos also, and I'll link a bunch in the description for you guys to check out. I think I'll link all the ones that I think are good places to start if you're a complete beginner, and I'll also link some articles that I've read that helped me out a lot, and some websites. But one of the biggest mistakes I made in the beginning was with risk management. Where is this? If you've been trading for a little while, you've probably heard about the 1% rule, and if you haven't been trading, this basically means that you should never risk more than 1% of your account on a trade. And when I was starting out finding my own picks, I thought that meant I could only buy extremely cheap stocks, maybe one share of a $10 stock, 2 shares of a $5 stock. But I was completely wrong. After doing some digging, I learned that it's about calculating your position size, really. And so to do that, you would take the price you want to buy it at. So in my case, I bought it at $23.36, and you would subtract it by a price that you would want to sell it at if it went down. It could be anything. It could be any number below the price that you buy it at. In my case, it was 22. So you would take that difference, which is 1.36, and divide it by your risk tolerance, or 1% of your account. So for me, $12, and that came out to like 8.8, which I rounded down, so I did 8 shares. And so basically what this means, if the stock price did move down to 22, which it actually did after hours, but it was after hours and it shot back up. If it did go down to 22, that would only be a $12 loss, or 1% of your account. And this really has made all the difference in my trading. It allowed me to make more money and not do that stupid thing where I would buy 1 share of the stock, and yeah, pretty dumb. But I really just want to motivate anyone who's just getting started, or who's been starting and maybe you've hit a string of losses and are starting to lose motivation. Stick with it. You can see when I was going through this, right here, the valley of despair, felt horrible. But when it comes down to trading, I think a lot of it is psychological, and you really just gotta keep on learning, and be watching the market day in, day out, from open to close. I think that's the best way to learn. I started to learn a lot about price action, and that's really what I mainly use now to trade. I use these also. I'll link videos in the description that explain all these indicators, and all that good stuff. But for now, this is just my introduction. Drop a like if you liked it, drop a dislike if you disliked it. Please subscribe, and if you have any suggestions or any improvements that you think I could make, leave them in the comment. I'd love to hear them.